Cool Kids Club, this is Joey here with Joey Videos, bringing you something a little bit new. We're going to be reacting to my very first episode of any kind of content I made on the channel. I'm going to see some of the things I liked, some things I don't like, some things that I've gotten better at, maybe some things that I used to do that I liked a lot and I wish I still did them, all sorts of things like that. Again, I really am looking forward to this, kind of seeing, again, just how much the channel's grown since then. Again, if I'm not growing, if I'm not better than who I was yesterday, then, again, I really maybe shouldn't be doing this anymore. So, again, hopefully I can see some places I've gotten a lot better, and maybe see some other places where I need to keep growing. And maybe you, likewise, can see, oh, yeah, I used to do crap like that. I'm way better now than I used to. So again, I really hope both me and you can learn from this, and also we can just have a good time making fun of me. So before we get started, I just want to remind you guys, if you like the content, leave a like, consider subscribing, or even putting that bell on so that you don't miss future content like this. Thank you guys so much.
Welcome, Cool Kids Club. This is Joseph here with the Youngster Joey Videos, and I just want to welcome you.
Okay, so I can pause right there. Already I have a couple things I need to say. One, if you're not aware, the game layout thing is absolute trash. First of all, I mean, it doesn't look good, but also it's very generic. I got it offline. I didn't do anything other than put my Twitter right below me. Second thing, I don't have a face cam on this video. You guys can tell that already. I am capturing the cursor, which is always good. I am, again, there's just a lot of issues. I don't know how a PNG works and about how to do transparency or anything like that, so I'm just shoving my video on top of the other video, and there's all that black space around my game screen, and then there's the two black bars on the side of the video that have no reason being there. Again, so far, we were 4 seconds into the video, and I already have some issues. Let's just keep going.
To the first ever Joey Lock. What is that? I'm gonna explain the rules.
I also sound really unenthused. I'm like, okay guys, this is gonna be a Joey Lock. What's that? And I call myself Joseph. What the hell is that? My name is Joey. I'm Youngster Joey Videos. Again, this is so much cringe already. We're 9 seconds in now, so at least we're a little further.
A little bit. But I want to let you know we are playing Fire Red.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I need to explain all the rules of the game.
It is randomized, so all the Pokemon are going to be...
There was a description of the video.
The only things that are not...
There were rules in the description. Now this part I do like. It's at the very beginning. We're about to get into it. I shouted out why I got started. I realized that like people don't care why I got started. Again, like, I don't know. I wasn't anybody yet. Not that I'm anybody now. But I do like that at least I spent a moment. I'm like, hey, I started because of the cage lock. Again, I think that, I don't know, I think that was a useful addition. Let's just go ahead and skip ahead in the video a little bit, see if there's anything else I need to note. My cursor's still on the screen the entire time. That's what I like to see.
He told me to, my name, based off of him, basically just because my name's Joseph, not because I have a particular affinity to Ratatata.
That's wrong! I love Ratatata! At least I do. Now, again, if you've never seen one of the Youngster Joey Lock series or anything like that, basically I start off with a Ratatata. And that was, again, my very first episode, the very first series I did that. I thought it was a really fun idea. I did a couple of them. And again, I'm kind of explaining my name here. I'm like, oh, I'm Youngster Joey. Again, I kind of like it. I have a little bit of like, this is who I am. But at the same time, I'm still playing the game and going through. So again, there's a couple positive things. Again, I think it was cool that I came out with something at least other than just a regular Nuzlocke right out the gate. Okay, so let's talk about the layout again. So let me pause real quick. So as you can see right down there, not down there, down to the side of the layout, I have a Rattata on there. So at least I knew the basic idea that I was supposed to put the Pokemon I caught on the layout. Again, my quote-unquote frame, whatever that I have, if you want to call it a layout, is one that I just found online. I remember that specifically. If you watch my first series, I have about 3 or 4 different frames in the first like 5 episodes, and then I find one I like. Again, that Rattata image looks like trash. I don't know why it's so blurry. It's not like it's large. It's just, you know, whatever. You know, having a good layout's overrated. Okay, let's keep going.
But anyway, yeah. But yeah, it's the only videos I've ever been in before. This is
Okay, so I like this part. I'm kind of explaining who I am a little bit at the beginning, and giving a background, and saying, you know, I've never done this before or anything like that. Again, I hear myself talking, and I'm like so monotoned. I don't know if that's because I didn't have a good mic, or if it was just I had zero excitement. I wasn't excited about doing this. But again, I want to kind of play a little bit of just the video, let you guys hear me trying to talk. So boring. Maybe it's just literally because I didn't have a face cam and a good mic. I don't know, but
we have fun. If you enjoy it, let me know. If you don't, let me know and tell me what I can do better. Once we get into this, I'll kind of talk a little bit more about me. But I do want to let you guys know my favorite Pokemon is not Rattata, although Emily might become my favorite. She's kicking some butt. My favorite Pokemon, I'd say, is probably Typhlosion. And Tyranitar is probably number 2.
So again, right there at the beginning, I let everybody know, episode 1, Typhlosion is my favorite Pokemon, and of course he is. I love him. Also, again, I was at least humble enough to be like, hey, y'all, I understand this isn't going to be great. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know that. Tell me some ways I can make it better. Again, I wish I could go back in time and tell them, man, tons of things to make it better. Again, also, I just heard, during that little bit of time, the music that's going on. I don't have the gameplay audio. I remember specifically, I recorded the entire episode. Also, I don't know if you guys can see down the bottom yet, but it's an hour-long first episode. That's like such a long, like, pre-recorded thing. Or at least I think it is now, in hindsight. Like, it's an hour long, and I didn't have the audio, and I just recorded it. I think I actually recorded this episode twice, if I remember correctly now. I think I recorded it, and then I messed up something else, and I was like, F it, I'm gonna do another one. So I recorded a second one, and then I didn't have any gameplay audio. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna put some random ass music in the background. So again, I got it through, I got it out there. Again, if you're watching this and you're thinking of any sort of tips, again, I'm definitely not an expert, but I at least know a little bit more now than I did then. I would say the one tip is just go out there. Again, it's a little embarrassing and cringe to see your first videos, but just throw it out there. You'll get better as you get going. Exhausted all of my favorites in the very first episode. I talked about my favorite Pokemon, I talked about my favorite movies, I talked about where I'm from. I don't know what I talked about in episode 2. I just kind of threw it all out there. Maybe I should talk about the game a little bit. I don't think I've really talked about the game much. I was trying to make sure I didn't have any just awkward, dead silences. So I think I do think I at least did pretty well with that. I had a lot of hopes for some comments on the early videos and being able to name Pokemon after that. It took me a couple episodes to get that. Remember, the first few episodes I kind of had random names. I do remember once I did start to get some comments on the videos and started naming Pokemon after that. I used to throw the little cards at the top of the video and be like, hey, I named this Magnemite Joy 657. Go check out Joy 657's video. And again, I kind of wish I went back to that. Again, obviously I haven't been doing as many pre-recorded series, at least not pre-recorded solo series. But I think that would be a really cool, fun thing to do, to be like, hey, I named this after a commenter. You go check out their stuff. I think they're awesome. Again, I did that for the whole first series, if I'm not mistaken. And again, I thought that was kind of a cool thing I did back then. Okay, so I just remembered this. Not only was I answering all these favorite questions, I was basically doing like a question of the day thing, but I did 15 freaking questions of the day. I was like, what's your favorite Pokemon? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite superhero? What's your this? What's your that? What's your that? What's your that? A little bit extra. Golly, I just hate these little black bars on the side of the screen. But again, it's obviously fine. I kept making content afterwards. This wasn't my last video. But I do think it was a little bit excessive with all those questions of the day. I just really wanted to, you know? I was talking about this Torkoal earlier today. I was trying to figure out a name for my shiny Scorbunny that I'm catching currently, or hatching currently. And I was telling them that in my very first series, I had a Torkoal named Blaze. I didn't realize Torkoal was in the very first episode of the first series. So yeah, I got a couple Mons. Again, I did at least throw them on the layout in a decent time. Again, I think if I had known how to do transparency, my layout would have looked a lot better. I remember Flygon. Flygon was our first death of the series. Oh, Bradley. I'll never forget you. How dare I call Emily not very good? Rattata is the strongest Mon I know. Okay, so I came to the specific part of the video. I'm about to get a lucky egg, and I just want to compare. I want to compare myself in my very first episode to maybe how I might react today if I were to get a lucky egg. You guys, if you've seen my episodes, know I react pretty excited. I am pretty excited while I'm streaming. And I think the biggest difference between this first episode and, something I'm doing right now is, again, the face cam really is a part of it. Being able to see, be able to be seen, be able to see, like, your own self or what, I don't know. It just helps me get a lot more excited and a little bit more animated and get to moving. But also just the confidence I have now after doing, several hundred videos as opposed to my very first video. Again, I was a little bit, I remember, I think I was laying down on my laptop, again, on the floor, basically, and I got a lucky egg, and again, we'll see kind of the differences in the reactions. Again, I just think it's a little interesting.
He's got to win. Okay, let's see. I do need money, don't I? I should probably face those. Ooh, a lucky egg. A lucky egg! I wasn't even paying attention. That is what I think it is, right? That's what gives people extra points, or extra XP. Yes. Yes.
Alright, so I think I can vaguely remember getting this lucky egg and being in recording, again, obviously it was a while ago, and getting it and being like, oh, a lucky egg, cool. And then remembering, oh, I'm supposed to be excited. And again, now it's different. Like, I genuinely enjoy streaming. I'm confident I'm streaming. I'm excited while I'm streaming. The entire time I'm up and I'm like, okay, we're having a good time. Again, I just want to compare that lucky egg to maybe my most recent shiny reaction or something like that. And I'll kind of put that in right here. Okay, right here. 238. Gonna be great. 238. Gonna be great. Guys! We did it! 238 is gonna be great! That's what I'm talking about! Dude! Kyrie, we did it! We did it! Yes! Yes! Yeah, so again, it's not just like I've gotten like more fake or anything like that. It's not that I'm even anything like that. It's just I'm starting to become a different person, as in like a more engaging, more entertaining, or at least I hope so, or at least a little bit more excited, if nothing else. Because again, it's not me just sitting here, okay, I'm playing the game. I'm trying to, again, I don't know, be the coolest me I can be. Because I'm part of the Cool Kids Club.
Gym Battleship.
Okay, guys, that's basically the end of the video. Nothing else too major stands out. But again, I think this was kind of fun to kind of look back at my old episodes, kind of seeing some things that maybe I've changed since then, maybe some things that I've learned, maybe some things that you can learn from my previous mistakes, hopefully. Again, I do like some things. Again, I like the fact that I kind of came up with a cool idea, or at least a different idea, something I'd never seen before. And again, I did at least some things on the layout. It's really kind of cool to see how much, at least I personally think I've changed since then. You guys might be like, man, you're just as boring now as you were back then. I don't know what you're talking about. But I like to think that I make entertaining content now. Maybe, or at least a little bit better. Maybe not entertaining, but, better. Okay, guys, thank y'all so much for watching and being a part of this journey with me. Again, you guys are awesome. See you later. Bye.